The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space. Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. After our first dupe dream in Vintage Story, we came back to Oxygen Not Included. We then used our rockets to go to different asteroids. We went to a water-filled asteroid, a lava-filled asteroid, and we also went to a frozen asteroid to get our final crop. After going back and forth multiple times from the water and lava asteroids, we made our last and final endgame materials. While doing this, we also finished upgrading our main base, and also found both the Temporal Tear Opener and the Temporal Tear. After our second dupe dream in Timberborn, we came back to Oxygen Not Included again. We spent a while trying to get enough radiation to use the Temporal Tear Opener the wrong way, before ending up using Weaselworts. We spent time digging out more of the second asteroid, before finally using the Temporal Tear Opener and sending our first rocket of 4 dupes through the Temporal Tear. After our first rocket of 4 dupes went through the Temporal Tear, they ended up in an unexpected place. They found themselves on a frozen asteroid with new plants, crops, and 3 new critters. We spent time building a self-sustaining base and found out that if ranched correctly, each of the 3 critters fed into the next either by creating food for the next critter or food for the next critter's food source. We then radioed to our original colony to tell them where we ended up so that they could change the destination of the next rocket. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Oxygen Not Included. So, in the last game, we got our fish set up so that we're hopefully getting fish food from that. I'm forgetting what they're called, fish fillets. We're turning them into sushi rolls, which we're using meal lice, which we got cooled down by using our new cooling system, which takes 0 power to do. We're sending salt water into a cold biome, which is pretty heated up now. We are going to have to set up using this one next. And then we have this entire biome down here, which we're going to have to do a temperature regulation thing over here, because right here is not abyssalate, that is the new basalt. So this is technically letting in hot temperatures since we loaded this area. And I want to cut that off from here. We could put new insulated door. We do have reed fibers. Oh, and if I do, let's do a double lock. We'll do this so that the temperature in this gas can hold the temperature from here. Like when we open the door, the temperatures are going to regulate. If we do this, it'll take longer. So that might be better. It will take them longer to go through these 2 doors because the insulated doors take forever to open. Almost as long as the mechanical airlocks. But anyway, that was the second thing we did. So we are taking mealwood into the micro mushroom to make lice loaf. That is pretty much used as the sushi piece of a sushi roll. And then we're using nori, which we're getting from free ranching. Just anywhere. We have a lot of nori plants that are open. This isn't. That's what we're getting a nori for it. So the seaweed portion of the sushi roll. We also redid our trees so that they're on the same growth timer. These 2 trees were set together and this third one was separated but I dug them all up, replaced them, and the next thing is power. We have a 4th tidal turbine, so if all 4 of them run at the same time, we can use this metal refinery all the way through the... Why am I forgetting what it's called? All through the order? We also started separating the clean water from the salt water in this area and over here, which looks close enough for us to maybe mop it up now. So let's deconstruct this and that. I just wanted to put all of our clean water in here. We're gonna have to reopen this. Actually, we raised the water here so that water weed should be able to get salt water once we open this back up. Okay, they should take the salt water, put it here, which pumps it back into here, and then the regular water they should pick up later on. I am now going to deconstruct all these. I should make sure that it's on buildings only so I don't accidentally deconstruct something I don't want to. Everyone should be able to swim, so I'm not too worried about the ladders. So that water weed should be growing again, about 29%. I am going to attempt to raise the salt water up to this layer here. Maybe not. Now I'm thinking about it, let's not do that. There is polluted water in here we could move. Just so that we don't keep off-gassing. I don't think it's worth doing that, actually. Is there anything else that we did in the last stream to go over? We did try to get this polluted water. I think I might be able to put that in a separate thing as well. If I put tiles here, what would happen to the salt water? It would probably push the polluted water. There's 500 kilograms. I'm gonna start doing the corners. I want to push that polluted water out of here and then reopen it so the salt water can go up that way. That should make sense as we do this, but not necessarily right now. And I want to get this polluted water out of here so we stop off-gassing polluted oxygen. I had a feeling salt water was going to go up. That should go back down. Awesome. Move the polluted water a little bit. We're going to have to replace this pump so that it's only in polluted water, but that's in the future. I can no longer get in there, so let's deconstruct this and this to give the salt water a place to go to. Because even if this lowers, that should become a vacuum. Wonderful. And I kind of want to make a way to get in there, so let's just move the polluted water as far as I can over to here. And instead I'll put a tile there, which should push this way. This can go up to 1100 kilograms before it makes a new tile. And if we're lucky, it goes this way. Okay, so it is going to pop up there. I think we can push it back down. If I put a tile right there, I think we can push it this way. This is still rising a little bit. So we might get lucky and be able to just push all the polluted water into this corner without having to worry about the salt water. While we're doing that, let's put tiles up here just for looks, and we'll get rid of these tiles. How's it doing over here? 600. We're getting relatively close to where it needs to be stopped. And once we have that, we can do that. We'll get some of this corallium. I forget what it's used for. It's used as a food source for something. Looks like it's just for hatches. Or we could turn it into lime. So if you need lime, you take the corallium. Or if you heat it up, it just turns into sand. That's pretty good. That is steam temperatures. Sorry, steam turbine temperatures. So if you make a steam turbine room that constantly powers a steam turbine, that would be hot enough to turn this into sand at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now they can't get out of here anymore until they put in this middle tile at least. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's deconstruct this. The salt water's moving around a little bit. I deconstructed that so I can put a tile right there. What's going on with the salt water? It's slowly going down. That should push the polluted water over. We're gonna put it into this tile right here and then move it further. Let's deconstruct that tile. How's that 900? Okay, I don't know. We'll put that there. We'll put this tile back on. And we'll redo this. We can get rid of this now, because we don't need to get salt water from in here. Tile, tile. I also want to put a tile right there, and there is polluted water there, so I need to get a way to push the salt water out of here. Deconstruct those tiles. Put a tile right there, and right here. Then we're going to reopen, actually we can reopen that now. But I do want to put a tile right here and see what happens to the salt water. I have a feeling it's going to move to the side. But if we're lucky, it gets pushed downwards. I don't know if I got deconstructed or not. There's an Ekans in chat if anyone saw Gen 1 Pokemon. Now we can start doing the water from in there, and if I deconstruct this, the polluted water should readjust. Then we're gonna have to do this system where we put the top tile in and then the bottom tile to push it over. Or else we're gonna have this issue where it's above the tile. But anyway, what we are going to be working on later is this for the snails, which is at 37-ish degrees. And if we take a look at one of the snails, and we go into here so we can see their comfort range. Their comfort range is 60 degrees, 215. That's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the livable range is 35 degrees. So this is about 2 degrees. Actually, it's 3 degrees. It's more around 38 degrees. But it's getting pretty cold for these to live at. And the reason why we want it that cold, lower than their comfort range, is because if we look at the egg chance, the Guildgo eggs, or if their body temperature is in their comfort range, minimum at least, their 60 degree range is their livable or comfort range. If not, it turns into a Slogo egg, which just gives us lime. These guys do give us gold from their eggs, They also give us obsidian rather than just mucin. They do give us mucin, but they also give us obsidian, where the regular ones only give us obsidian or mucin and lime from their shells. So we have these. This should be ready. Let's grab these two. And we are going to make it an actual ranch. So let's grab a station. Put a grooming station in here. And then we're also going to want incubators for the eggs. I don't think we have enough refined metal for that. So let's do 2 orders of iron. Or should we do 4? Let's do 4 so we can do 2 incubators if needed. And I think what I'm going to do is just go like this. With a door right there. We're going to need a tiny amount of mucin. So let's grab 2 pedestals of mucin from this little bottle. For those who don't know, the snails need to be in a liquid for them to survive. And we have too much in that one bottle for us to move it down here. We actually can't move it yet. But we are arranging them, and they shouldn't be able to climb walls. What's this? Guildgo molt. It looks like one of them died. Nope, they're both there. One of them grew up. Okay. So that mold can be turned into gold amalgam. But we have those 2 bottles when they finally dig that area out. I was working in here. We'll do that tile. And seeing how this is 400 kilograms, we might be fine just pushing it over to here. Now that we made a bottom part. And actually, I think I can dig that out and then just put the whole top layer in and just start building our way back. We are going to open this back up now, actually. I'm thinking about it. So we can put a ladder to get in here. So now we should be able to go like this. Actually, now that I think about it, digging that out won't let them come in here because this is in the way. So it's a good thing I opened this up with the ladder. Alright, that is not our main focus right now. Our main focus is this area, which needs ladders. That's why they're not building it. And I'm going to purposely not dig into this area for that last Guildgo. What do you guys eat? You guys eat tublia? Which is not abyssalite there. It's this. Requires sulfur and polluted brine if we ranch it. This is polluted brine, but I don't know how to create more. We did want to start looking at taming these. But first, I also want to get in here and put some insulated tiles above the abyssalite. To help keep the heat from escaping as much as they are now. Okay, this area is open, so we can start moving the mucin down there. And the iron is done. So we can also get the incubator in there. I made enough iron that we should be getting more than one thing of incubators. They should all fall in here. They are. These are apparently over-submerged now. So let's do that, and then all that water should fall down here. I forgot that there is a limit to that. They can get in here, they put the mucin bottles, so let's empty them. Grab an incubator. Sweep up the two things of debris. And I also want to get rid of that polluted water. Apparently there's two malts here now. Oh, we got a first egg too, so we can immediately put one in here. Guildgo egg. Now if we look at this, we should be seeing that the Slogo chance goes up. Is there only one critter in here now? No, there's two. They're just combined for some reason. Alright, they have 19%, the other one is at 5%. So we're getting closer to having this. Actually, what I think we're going to do... let's take out the next one. We'll do 2 more bottles of mucin. Now I'm going to put the second incubator down here, but for the other critter egg. And then we just have to keep track of how cold it gets in this area, since it is cooling down. Looks like thanks to this area, so let's do this right here. I'll keep it warm for as long as we can. And I put in more oxiferns in case we have seeds for it in the future, so that we can try to keep stifling the carbon dioxide. We do have to keep an eye on our sulfur. And our rubber gaskets we're pretty low on. We might have to start making rubber gaskets. Should be able to add the thing right there. Crafting station. Right next to a rock crusher. And then of course give it a little bit of power. I'm also going to tell him to queue up one more thing of iron just so we have a little bit of a buffer for refined metal. This is still pretty high. I might have to let out some water from down here. Yeah, I'm gonna queue up building that in and then putting another tile, and hopefully we don't lose too much. So we're gonna stay here with this view. Immediately tell them to put this tile back in. Maybe a little bit higher now. There we go. That should equalize. Now the lights are working again. Polluted water. We're almost done all this. I'm gonna put it all on these two tiles, because I think we have enough room for it. We have about 404 tiles, that's 1,600 all together, so it's gonna make 2 tiles of depth here. If I'm correct in my math. Don't need to know about the achievements. We have another 2 bottles of mucin. We have the space open. Let's do that. Relocate 1 and 2 bottles of mucin. Grab the other incubator, place it right next to that one. And I think we put these in the rock crusher. Yep. Guildgo malt into gold amalgam. There's a magneton in chat if wants that Gen 1 Pokemon. And this is going to be for our rubber gaskets, I think. So we have this available to us. We also have the plastic one available to us. We apparently have 600 kilograms of plastic for anything. We did not get the plastic tiles. We're also researching into the aquatic milking station and the gleaner. But plastic tiles would be down here with the plastic beds, and the wood tile, clothing refashionator, so we can make better clothing. Now if I go like this, we're still at 400, so by the time we get this next tile in, we're probably going to take another bottle of water out of here and not even notice a difference. Oh, also, before I forget, today's stream is going to go until we get to the 4-hour and 15-minute mark. I'm going to start doing our starting soon scene 15 minutes before 10 a.m. EST, when we actually are going to start playing the game, hopefully. although that did not happen today. So our streams are going to go to being... First, there's a rubber gasket there. I'm going to sweep that. Our streams are going to go from being 4 hours long to 4 hours and 15 minutes, just so that there's more time playing the game than beforehand. This does mean that during the work week, when I go back to work, it's going to go back to being just 2.5 hours. It's not going to include that time. Unless I can. I might be able to because of when I get done work, but I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for this upcoming school year yet. We have a meeting on the 14th of next month. Figure out our schedules. Dive Master or carrying? Let's do Dive Master. Everyone else should be done. Actually, no, they have one more skill point into farming. Bubblezor. What's going on with you? Fertilization. Do we not have lime? We don't. Lime is what lime is used for. We get lime from all of these. Could start making corallium into lime. But it looks like our fish count has gone down. It hasn't. And the beacons don't give a lime without being fed. Should probably disable this building so that they don't do an infinite loop like they are. They should now stick to picking up water from over here. We need to figure out something to do for the lime situation. I think it's gonna be do a couple of these. Let's do 20. That should make 200 kilograms, which was probably not going to be enough. Okay, so down here, this is going to be for the Slogo eggs. Apparently we have another Guildgo egg. We do. Wow. We have two, jeez. Oh, that's the abyssal, or obsidian from these guys. I didn't think we were gonna get 2 eggs from them already. From whoever gave us this one. I think this polluted mud might end up disappearing at some point. Alright, let's try and get into ranching the squids. So they need the tubulas. They give us abyssalite. We don't care about that. What we care about is the squid ink, which can be heated into mucin and refined carbon, or in this, well, actually we get squid ink from the aquatic milk station. Frozen squid ink. Squid ink is a heavily pigmented organic liquid composed of mucin, melanin, and refined carbon. Apparently critters can drink squid liquid, or squid ink. So what we want to do is superheat it. Why do we need refined carbon, or is this our source of mucin? We need refined carbon for feeding the pin pockets. Pin pockets will then be used as a secondary source of food. these guys only eat the tublias. Fluted brine or brine. I don't think we have a brine geyser here. I think we have only salt water. Salt water. We do have polluted brine. We have to find that polluted brine. Don't see anything over here. Here's another bee biome. So we're gonna have to explore the harder regions. And I'd rather not dig into this stuff, but I think we have to dig into at least this pond here. I think the polluted mud will fall. Let's dig that one tile and see what happens to this polluted mud. Actually, better option would be to do that. Does look like, unfortunately, we're going to end up killing these. Although they are killed now, because they're too hot. Alright, mud does move. We're gonna make our way over to here. Let's put a door right there and a tile right there. I'm also going to put one right here because it's bothering me. I keep thinking that it's going to be gone at some point. How are they doing on their egg percentages? That's not what I went to click on. 1981, I think that's the same. They both seem the same. I definitely need to change that announcement. Or I'm gonna have to look at a few things on Firebot, it seems. We shouldn't be too far away from the... Yeah, we're not too far away from that side. This one, we kind of just need to go straight down. Also in here as well. We just go straight down. Oh yeah, at least go to there. Oh, this entire thing was a bee biome. And they put a, the game put a boulder right in the middle of it. I get it now. We are going through sulfur quite fast. This no longer has enough water. This never did. If I take that out, we can get this water weed. We are still eating lettuce as a secondary food source. Oh, what happened here? How do I find out why they got hurt? Is it too cold? 38. Can't be because it's too cold. That was a fast incubation time. I'm a little confused on that. How did we get a Guildgo egg already? Mama? Mama's up here. I know I don't have a camera on now, so you guys may not remember, but I have two cats. A mother and her son, and the mother is actually up here. What are you doing? That's nice. She's been avoiding my room for a while. Ever since she had her surgery. They are doing stuff down here, so we should be getting more of this area available to us. Eventually these bees are going to dig up here and get rid of the uranium, allowing this to fall down. Can I sweep that? Looks like I can. This needs to be negative 7.5. That needs to be negative 20. This needs to be at least negative 2. We have a tiny bit of cobalt we could use. We do have some coal in here we could turn into refined carbon, along with some lead. What can I use basalt for? Is it just a stone? It's just a stone. Lead, I'm guessing I can use for a few things. Well, that's a way to get sulfur. We use it for the trees and tubulas. Okay. I might do that. Okay, so now this looks like a crab area, but what I wanted to do was get down here and dig into this. Trying to lower the water a little bit. And also see the bottom of here. I cancel that and say they have to dig that tile. We will at least discover more area. There's another one of our snails. Oh, it looks like they get hurt just by the traveling. That's different. And this is the one with a higher chance of giving a Slogo egg. So hopefully when the other two grow up, they have an even higher chance than 19%. Alright, that did unlock a lot more than just sitting here. But not enough for me to figure out what's going on over here. Because that door being here with the button on the left side means that it's supposed to be uncovering something to the right. And I don't think it is. Let's get in here. I think I want to get to here and then make a ladder down. I could go straight through this biome, but I kind of don't want to. Unless we see the brine thing. Instead, I'll just do that. And also this. This looks like the bottom of the base. Yeah, that's the bottom for sure. So we know it's not right here, but I do want to get into this. So I guess another thing I should do is see what's going on down here. Alright, first step of doing that, cancel this. Dig over here. We're gonna make a pool for this water to sit in so it's not mixing it with the stuff down here. Then they also have this area to do. This should be moving over. Unless it's just not enough. We might not need all of this. This is already at at an amount that I can mop up. I'm gonna want to get rid of that. It actually looks like this biome stops right here and is then a bee area. So I think what I'm going to do instead is go straight down here. I cancel that. Where does this become a dig? Okay, that's not a dig. That's not a dig. That is. So I shouldn't be getting rid of any other extra plants. Should probably dig into here. And I'm going to start doing the abyssalite treatment. So do that one tile, and then we'll do a whole row. And I do want to keep going down here. All the way to the bottom. So now we have a bunch of babies in there. Total of 5. I think I can do a full range of 8. They take 12 cells. That's 4. We can actually only do 4 in here. Unless I open it up more. Could just open it up more. Let's do 96. Which would be to there. It is going to open up to down here, so we are going to be turning that not into a ranch anymore. We also need to dig that out. I'm going to have to come down here and open this up. Actually, that opens up into this. Let's just dig that amount. That should allow this water to drop 1 tile, so I can put tiles in this. Body temperature low. That's fine, they're at 40 degrees. Yeah, the percentage doesn't go up, it seems. I'm guessing if we brought them up to 60, the Guildgo egg chance would go up, but it doesn't work the other direction. We now have enough space for 5. Our sulfur is dropping pretty steadily. So I think we're gonna also need that thing for these thermal gas features. Why are we not doing this anymore? We stopped there. Is it because I didn't turn these back on? Yes, it is. Are we past an hour? Hi, Mama. What you doing? What? Welcome in Oz. What? I'm being distracted by the mama cat. to reject all of them. We don't need them. What we are going to do is our first prediction. So, the little blue button in the top left corner, is that going to be tops, bottoms, buildings, decorations, or wallpaper? Oz is here, so I assume that Oz will win. What are you doing? Win, 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 no matter what. If we could, you know, start doing this, what are we doing? That's taking so long. Looks like just various random stuff. We do have a couple skill points, so let's get our last thing in farming there, and then we don't have to look at Bubbles ore anymore. Auto is done. So we're just doing Nicola, which needs carrying capacity 2, and Ruby needs 1 more skill point. They're about to get it. So we're really only focused on Nicola. And a gas pressure. This is a lot of carbon dioxide that's in there. I wonder, do the squids hurt anyone? Oh, here's the polluted brine vent. We found it. Alright, so we no longer have to do anything over here on the left side. Let's see, this comes out at hot temperatures. And we definitely want to get in here. We're gonna come over here just so we can get the coal. This can stay a little hot. Except in the air sea repair game. Oh no, what happened to the air conditioning? Did it just quit on you, or is it just not pushing out the cold air? Alright, so our first thing that we need to focus on is getting this vent working. It died, had to get a whole new system. Oh no. Is it like a industrial one where it's outside the house, or is it one of the window ones? Because my attic space that I live in is big enough that I needed 2 of the window air conditioners. So I think this should be good enough if we use the gold that we're getting from the malts. Ah, the air conditioner is one of the ones outside the house. That's how mine is for the main floor. Our air conditioning is outside and our heater is in the basement. Oh no. That is so much just to fix that. What do we want to use the pin pokey for? That's not what I meant to do. Pin pocket. There's two options. We can use it to... Well, we do get the pin pokies from it. I don't know why I looked at that then. We can crush it into diamond. We can turn it into food. I think we want to just turn it into food, right? We just want to make uni out of it? I think that's pretty much it. What I was looking at here is the amount of gold we have. Because we're going to want to make a liquid pump out of gold. Oh, they take 400. Oh wait, it's gold amalgam. Can I do that and get the gold back? Or did I already use the gold? No, I didn't use the gold. It may be in here. I don't see it in there. Where is our gold? Should be over here, right? Okay. We don't have enough gold to do what I need. We need another 200 kilograms of it in order to make a liquid pump out of it. Alright, I need them to like really focus on that, and I don't know what they're doing. Let's cancel them doing that ladder. And I think what I'm going to do is temporarily do 2 doors there, so we can at least have this as a ranch. Missing research station. That's fine for right now. So now we're back to getting molts from this. We should still be digging this out. We have some plant husk, we have some uni, we should be good on food. We have a few large critters. Okay, we have a 30% chance there. Another 30% chance. I'm guessing this is a 19 one. Yeah, that's the oldest one. It's almost dead, actually. It looks like we only have 3 fully grown. Oh, it looks like we might have more. And we have our first alarm for laundry. So let me check up on chat, and then we're gonna take a quick break for me to go use the restroom and do the laundry switch. I didn't live in an area with insane humidity. Oh, jeez. 2 to 3 months of high temps. I would totally have said screw it until the heater part broke too. 20 years isn't that bad though. For them to last that long, that's not bad. Alright. We're gonna pause right here. We're gonna go into our be right back scene. And then we're gonna take about 5 minutes maybe. And we're gonna come back, we're gonna open our first prediction, and then we'll do the second one at about the, what, 2.5 hour mark? So in about an hour from now, we'll start the next prediction. That's the plan. Let's go on our bareback scene, I'll be right back. Alright, chat. Sorry for the extra long delay. I know that, if I'm seeing Dyson's Sphere program on our bareback scene, that means that, we've taken about 10 minutes. We'll have one more break. That'll be after the next prediction is ready. Let's do our first one. We have 5,000 points in tops. That's probably the safe bet. And we also have 30 points in wallpaper. So let's see if we get some boots. We seem to get a lot of boots too. Wallpaper! Congratulations to Gino, who's getting 5,000 points from Oz. At least that's who I'm guessing put points in right now. That is also a pretty cool watermelon. I think I might have this one, actually. Also, another thing I want to point out is how low we are on unclaimed blueprints. I feel like I haven't been getting more blueprints for the past few weeks that we've been playing this. We play 3 times per week. That should be enough to at least get a set of 3 new blueprints. But I think I think 4 hours, a total of 12 hours per week, we should be getting 6 unclaimed blueprints. But this number seems to be going steadily down over the past month. Like something got changed when they did the Aquatic DLC. Anyway, hopefully when we get below 6, we start getting more and they stay above 0. But maybe by Christmas time, we will be at a point where we have 0 unclaimed blueprints, and then we do them as we occur them, rather than right now we're going through a mass amount. So at some point we won't be doing 3 per day, and it seems relatively soon. Okay, let's keep playing. In about an hour, we'll start the next prediction in about an hour. Whether or not we do it, I don't know, but I mean, open it. Did I do the alarm? I did do the alarm. And it seems like we're just not coming down here anymore to do different tasks. So I don't know what's going on up here. Could be just the research is taking a lot of duplicate labor. I mean, we were using a lot for this. The Guildgo molts might be taking a lot. We're up to 240 kilograms, so we're getting close to having enough for a warmer liquid pump so it doesn't melt in the 90-degree temperatures. Do we have anything else that we can build this out of that would be warmer? Right now it overheats at 75. If we get something that says 15 plus, that would be 90. We don't have anything like that, so we need the gold amalgam. I'm gonna guess that we only get 10 kilograms each time we do this. Yeah. Okay. Nothing in here that I want. We're not gonna do the mushrooms. Have we done the first portion of research? No, we're not. That actually takes quite a lot. We're about 80% done normal research. I also need to make a spot for us to do the next stage of research. We don't have it unlocked. That's not what we click on. We need to come down here and get this unlocked. We need to do both of these too. I actually should switch to the marine drill. Get that done so that we can get this in while we're doing this. I'll wait for the regular research to be done. We're a couple stages away from being able to do everything. But we're also not digging this out, and I didn't stop them from going through this. Look at our percentages here. Still 30%, 30%, 30%, 19%. How many critters do we have in this? We have 6 critters. I'm gonna guess that one of them is a baby. That's the baby. Or at least one of them. Okay, there are 2 babies and 4 full-grown adults. So out of a few eggs, we have still 30% chance. Although out of our 3 that gave us a 30% chance, it seems like we might have a very high chance of getting one from those 3. I don't know. I don't know how percentages work when you combine multiple things that can give you a percentage. I just want them to do these things and this stuff, but it's like they're not doing it, or choosing not to. Also, polluted water is done up here. Regular water is getting done. We can actually deconstruct these. Is regular research done on this? It is. They did a little bit of radiation science. Let's get this going instead. There's mucin in here. A little bit of mucin. That's fine. We'll mop that up later. Is there anything I can do to make things go a little bit quicker? One thing I want to know is this kind of an industrial building. Can I put the incubators in a ranch? Because I think that would help us with... No, actually, no, because then the egg would be considered part in the ranch. We're gonna figure it out. We're getting close to being 3/4 of the way to the liquid pump. Oh, maybe they can't get in here because there's no ladder right here, and they need something to stand on as the door opens. This I don't know, but that kind of makes sense on a programming standpoint. And then my next thing to worry about is how are we going to get power all the way down here? Do I start mass producing iron to get down here, or do we just wait it out and then do our own power supply? Raiders? Welcome in, Raiders. For those that don't know me, my name is Coded, and on this channel, we're playing all of my games in a specific order to showcase mankind's progression through technology. We did a chapter on medieval city builder games like Manor Lords and Settlement Survival. We did a chapter on modern city builder games like City Skylines 2 and other random games like Prison Architect. And now we're in Oxygen Included as part of our Chapter 3 Space Travel chapter. And right now, we're doing the Aquatic DLC. We're trying to get things done right now, but duplicates are being duplicates and doing slow things. So welcome in, Yop. I hope you had fun playing your games. Unfortunately, I do not have a thing that tells me what game you're playing, so if you have a second before you leave, what were you playing? I'm going to assume Oxygen Included as you came here. But sometimes, no. I do see your message, so if you already have run, I hope you have fun. And Raiders, feel free to lurk as well. Anyway, let's get back into this. We are ranching Guildgos, so we can try and get a Slogo, so that we can ranch for mucin up here. Right now, these are in a colder area, so that their chance of getting a Slogo egg is higher. I'm getting better at doing your intro for raids, because that music seemed to have gone on quite long after. So now they should be able to get down here, but I don't know what's going on. Are we doing that bug thing where they don't have errands set to it? Nope, we do have errands. That one has an errand. This one also has an errand. Just looks like they're focused on doing other things. Just somewhat fine. Ooh. We're only 60 kilograms away of getting that pump. Let's try to get all this mucin out of here, if we can. There's a Tango in chat if anyone wants that Gen 1 Pokemon. And it looks like we only have maybe 2 bottles to take out of here before this is emptied. Actually, it might be 4 bottles. Alright, let's move the mucin with the other large bottle of mucin. And then pretty soon we'll have to turn this back on. And while they're doing all that, we are getting radiation stockpiled in here to do the material study terminal. So it's not like we're not progressing further on the other stuff. I do think after we get the databank research thing researched, that we should take a moment and step back from research for a little bit. I think it's a 5x4 building, which means we are going to lose 1 water weed. And I'll do that. Okay, they're doing stuff up here, but they're not doing the building in the other areas. I don't understand. But we know the payload opener, the rubber miner, and Marine drill, which needs a refined metal and a gasket. So we need 400 refined metal. We're obviously going to use iron for that. So let's queue up 4 of those. This is going to get slowly done over time. Let's start the next research of the virtual planetarium. And then we'll start this afterwards. So it looks, and they dug down here, so it looks like anytime we're doing research on 2 things, they can't do it. And what is this turtle doing? Are you not able to get through this? Feel sorry for the poor guy, but oh well. Another regular pod. Paku or a new tree seed? We're gonna do the Pakus for the meat. They're gonna go into here with that rubber gasket. Eat some of our seeds that are in there, that's fine. Actually, we probably should make a seed box, now that I think about it. We're getting closer to that point where we need more oxygen. Let's take this entire thing out, and hopefully this will make the gases move around a little bit easier. We do have a lot of polluted oxygen out here, but we should be soaking that up. Why is this so low on oxygen? Oh, from down here. Right, now this is going to be seeds on a 7. Well, that's going to take quite a while for them to fix or finish. Now, why isn't anyone doing the research? Why are they running around doing other things? Our researching duplicants should not be doing things other than researching. Actually, they can. Never mind then. So on top of cleaning up the rest of the base, I'm also taking the food away from the Pakus so that they're not constantly eating our stuff. Alright, they built a little bit more down here. Let's go like this. We can get in here from the right side, so it's not like we're blocking our way in. And this is close enough that we can deconstruct all this. How's our biome over here doing? 20 degrees, it's not too bad. Obviously, we're warming up the entire area, but 20 degrees is not too bad. That should mean that our main base is pretty warm, or pretty chilled. Some of it's a little warm, that's fine. Our living area is cool. I might have to tell them to not research for a little bit. Let's take them off the research queue. Skills, just in case. Ruby. He is ready for their last skill point. Our researcher is done, we just need Nicola. which is about to have another skill point. They're going to improve carrying. Let's cancel that side and go over here where the mucin is. Although they can get both tiles, I want to make sure that we're at the mucin area. If I keep a look at the errands here, we can see just how many errands are going. We have 6 people bringing seeds here. That's all but one person. Now, I'm hoping that one person is our cook, but they're actually out of food. Let's put this on a 4 now, actually. Let's let them do the other stuff. Sulfur is about to be completely out. That's salt, okay. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I do want to get in there. Although we have coal over here. I don't know if we're gonna actually ranch the squids or not. We might just get the slogos back. If we end up getting one of those eggs. They did finish over here. If I'm wrong about the size of the next building, we can just build here. You know, I might as well just build there now anyway. Trying to do it in a way that doesn't destroy the salt water. Didn't want to get rid of the gases. Gold, we have enough gold to get these polluted brine up and running. We might need another dupe. Just for doing errands. Need to turn that off because they were throwing rifles in here for no reason. I should do a little bit of automation on them, actually. Let's do that of the iron. If it's full, I want to turn those off. So I should probably put a not gate. Let's do this and see what color this automation comes out at. I think it comes out being green when it's full, which means we want to put a not gate on it. Most of the storages in this game give a green signal when they're full. We get a good dupe out of this, we'll take him. I don't like any of those dupes. I do like the oxyfern seed, though. It's one more seed to use in the farm tile to get rid of carbon dioxide. Are we gonna start digging? I don't get what... They're doing a lot of operating before digging. Like, I get that it's on their priority list to be done first. I'm half tempted to tell our digger to prioritize digging over this. Why are they putting water in here rather than using the mucin? It's like they won't use the mucin if it's not used by pitcher pump. Not picked up by pitcher pump, I mean. Okay, they did start digging. Some of this is gonna send sand all the way to the bottom of the base. Alright. I still have yet to figure out what is making our duplicates not have enough time to do the dig commands. I don't think I added anything. I stopped them from doing the research. I stopped them from putting the seeds in the bin. I put that on a 4, so they should be doing random things like digging over putting the seeds away. Our trees did just give us more of their wood. So that would be an easy thing to take some of our stuff from. Or to take care of our idleness. Our fish are starting to slowly work themselves to death. Or swim themselves to death, I mean. We are crushing the Guildgo molt. Maybe we want to turn this off. I'm gonna say turn it off for now. That should stop us from worrying about it. No uproot. I just want the natural tiles of sand out of there. Now we've got our labor back. They did down here. That should lower the water enough, but it doesn't seem like it is. Looks like it's stopping there, so let's come over here and dig out those 4 tiles. We can also start putting in the floor tiles to get rid of this. Actually, it seems like we can do the whole thing. Let's do a corner too. So this here should be 96 tiles. That's the entire thing we need. Once they put in the floor, I'll deconstruct these doors. Oh, we have a Slogo egg. It says we have 0 units, so that means there's only 1 Slogo egg and there's not another one over here. I definitely need to make sure that this is ready. Actually, what might be a better idea is to put this incubator way up here so that there's less of a distance to carry the Slogo. I'm going to deconstruct this. We should have extra iron that I can just place it up here. And then it looks like all the oxygen's being made over on that side. I might go like this. Just to do the same trick with these. I'm gonna relocate this egg just in case we don't get it ready. They are starting to do the incubator, but just in case. Let's do the mucin trick again on these 2 pedestals. Where did the Slogo egg go? Why does it say that they did cancel it? That's odd. That's 1 egg. There's apparently another egg. We'll relocate that up here as well. I must have clicked something else and relocated it there instead. Where did they just get that bottle from? Over here. So both eggs over here now? Yes. We can turn that on. Empty these, and then our Slogo ranch should be up and running. We can then remove these and put them somewhere else in a hotter environment down here. Which should do swimmingly. Can they survive in any liquid? I mean, if we want to get mucin from them, we should probably have them in mucin. On the other hand, I'm not seeing them creating mucin. Like, this isn't getting larger amounts of mucin in it. Maybe it is. I doubt that it is. There's 11 kilograms in that tile right now, and it says they make 15 kilograms per cycle. I don't think they're actually making mucin. Up here we should only have enough for 4. Yeah, we only have enough for 4 of them in here. Alveo Vera or Arbor? We also have a suit supplier. We're gonna ignore all of them. Let's look at skills, see if anyone's got a new skill. We do have a new one in our Nicola. Auto is of course done. Nicola, you should have fine dining. I don't think you have the fine dining hat. You don't. Let's get you with the new hat. Apparently you already have it on. Alright, so that means they should be working on digging this out now. That'll just get us over to this quicker. We should also be building this. They dug in here. We're about to get polluted brine. We're about to work on fertilizer, or the sulfur for the fertilizer. Everything is just going to take quite a while to get to. How long are we in streaming? We have about another 20 minutes before we start doing our second prediction of today's stream. We are near the halfway point. Did they just say that they created sulfur or picked up sulfur? I think it said it picked up sulfur. Alright, this should no longer be auto bottle. So that should be all the clean water that we currently know of. Let's turn on research again so we can get to... Actually, we have the miner thing already. We just need the other research building. How are we doing on sushi rolls? Do we have a backlog? We have 14,000 kcals. We could start giving them to the little guy up here. I want to dig in here in a way that isn't going to make a large amount of mess. Probably isn't going to be very easy. If we dig straight into here, actually, it's just going to fall down here. We can still get in that area. I'm just going to dig straight across. What are they doing over here? Picking up seeds, okay. So they're on the idling portion. Which does mean that somebody came down here to do this. Don't remember what that duplicate needs. What I do know is I kind of want to get in here so that we can get through this section a little bit faster. We have our rocketry system up and running, so now we are doing the research for the actual research building. There's another double throw of a ball going there. Oh, that water just came back down here. I was trying to avoid that. Oh well. We actually might not even come in this area anyway. I was trying not to make the liquids mix with the polluted brine. Is this regular water? It is. So we're not getting polluted or salt water down here, we're getting regular water. Are we almost done dripping a whole bunch of water down there? Not at all. Okay, so these are the 2 bars for the science. There's not a 3rd bar to worry about later on. They finished the first portion? They did. Look at that. And there we go. So we have the Orbital Data Collection Lab and the Virtual Planetarium. It's actually that small. Let's go like that, add that in, and then we could wait a little bit and then start doing this research. But I think we'll just start it now. And the automation here. It's a red now because we used a little bit, so we want to do a NOT gate, and I didn't get that unlocked, so we have to go all the way down here, get this research. And then I can turn these back on, because right now they're set to being off. We have one Slogo already hatched. So we really don't need these anymore. Let's get that miner drill. Refined metal and 1,000 grams of gasket. We have a gasket. It's right there. I can actually see the gasket. So do we just not have 400 kilograms of metal? No, we don't, because I just used some of the iron. Salt water's getting a little warm. We're at 23 degrees now. If that gets too hot, I'm gonna have to switch this off. Although in there it's pretty cold. Why did I want to get in there anyway? Was it just to go straight down? Or was it to allow all this liquid to merge with that liquid? Right now, I have no idea. What I do know is that I want to get into this area so I can go around here and do something like this. This will be the pump, which I can actually place in with gold like that. And then I want to put in the utility first. Oh, I have 2 gaskets, so we can actually do both of these if I had enough metal to do so. So let's queue up another 4. Supply, operate, dig, supply, dig, research. That would probably be a good person to have. But I think what I might do is focus on this. We're 2 dig commands away from doing that. How much metal will I need for this? More than I have. Okay, we now have the automation wire that I needed. Being a NOT gate. Let's throw that in right here. Go back to researching all the way up here. And I think after that, the only other research we necessarily need is the telephone. Mercury sealing light. Uses mercury and power to produce light. That's cool. Don't think I need any of that, but that's cool. I don't think I need anything else. I am pretty sure we're on our last 2 research points. Oh, there's apparently another thing here, the weighted plate, right? And if I put a door right here, this should turn into a lab, just like the other building. I'm thinking about doing the 2 ranches in here. That will require me to dig out this entire biome, I think. Oh, they did the insulated tile. Let's do that so that we only have to worry about the temperature escaping here. Trying to think of a way to save time getting through here. I think I might tell them to start digging down this way. Which will hopefully release that gas up here and drain this pool. Oh, they're doing the insulated tiles already. They brought that remaining iron that we needed for this. So we can see we have 187.5, which leaves us a little bit to do this. Or at least queue it up. I do want to analyze this when we get to it. And we're going to need to do another tile like that. I get the feeling that we're going to be doing a couple more streams of this before we're done. We're getting pretty close. But I think it's going to take a little bit longer. We also have not dug this yet. I want that done. Oh, the polluted water goes back in here. We just spent all that time cleaning this out. I knew it was going to come in here, but I didn't realize it was going down here. That annoys me greatly. Name of delivery. 36 K-cows. We have 14. We have about half. What do we need the most of for it? Lice loaf. Alright, they... okay. Do we have another lab over here? We do. Our research is now just these 2 buildings in here. Looks like they started digging down here. think Bulbasaur does not have the correct hat. Is that the demolition hat? No, it's not. They also had the wrong hat. There we go, that looks better. We also need to dig that out. This should help us with movement, because we won't be swimming as much. We have enough iron to throw another one of these over here on this one. In terms of power, I didn't look at how much power this requires. 960 watts. We're gonna need at least 3 natural gas or generators. Hopefully these can support that much. On the other hand, it's only when they're clogged that this miner's gonna be going. So we might be okay. Alright, I am starting to get very annoyed with how long it takes to get between these doors. I'm just gonna tell them to get rid of them. I know it's gonna exchange the temperatures a little bit quicker than I'd like. If anything, we keep this one door. We are now at the point where we're going to start our second prediction. So in the top left corner, is it going to be tops, bottoms, buildings, decorations, or wallpaper? I actually never chose the outcome of the last one. That was wallpaper. So sorry, Gino. You did just now get the points for it. We're going to start our second prediction, like I said. Tops, bottoms, buildings, decorations, or wallpaper. Our last one was wallpaper. You guys have 10 minutes to decide, starting right now. We are now going to starve these critters down here. Because we no longer have sulfur for them. That does mean that our trees probably don't have sulfur either. Ooh, omelets. Apparently we don't have enough of the data banks to do that last research. I wonder how many we get for each vent and geyser we open. Alright, I'm gonna start prioritizing things a little bit more. Waiting for them to do this is taking too long. Now I want to get through here. Apparently I just dug through some water weeds. With this ladder done, we can also dig this out. And that, so that all this water can go downwards. Let's actually cancel that digging so they can get out of here. And you know, with Sophie in here, I'm not gonna worry about these. With some insulated tiles right there, so we can hopefully get the temperature regulated. I'm going to assume that the gas is going to get stuck in here. I think what I want to do next is queue up a bunch of iron and get this power line going all the way down, so that when we actually connect in the natural gas generators, they can power the rest of the colony. I might even put this section in a a transformer. I want to know ranch situation for Glo Squid. So if we go to Professor Oakshell's website and we go to the ranch calculator, we're gonna go to Glo Squid. We're gonna do a total of 8 critters, which is a ranch size of 96, the max size we can do. We're obviously going to need the aquatic grooming station, which is part of the thing that we're researching. Or actually, no, we're doing the milking station. It is going to need 16 tubulia plants. And if we look at the farm calculation for that, that's going to require 480 grams or kilograms of polluted brine or brine, 320 kilograms of sulfur per cycle. I don't even know if we have that many tubulas. 16 plants. They dug all this out. It did not let the water drain as much as I thought it would. So let's dig all of that and everything down here. Don't remember why I'm trying to drain this completely, but I want to. Yeah, we have a bunch of iron. Let's try and drag this power line down more. So it should be 4 tiles per 100, so I should have 21 tiles. There we go. That's as far as we can go for right now. I did just see this flash to yellow. But we did get pretty close to breaking these conductive wires. Alright, I'm actually going to tell him to deconstruct those 2 doors. We're going to be ranching the snails somewhere else, so I'm fine with them getting too hot and dying off. These guys, I'm hoping 100% Slogo. Okay, 1% Guildgo is probably fine. I'm going to guess that they don't make enough mucin for us to see a difference. Why is all the mucin on the right side? Because it's carbon dioxide. You know what? Oh well. I need to figure out how to do the squid thing. "96 tiles. They have to be in a liquid. Does this have to be in a liquid? Not the drill. Subaquatic feature that allows high pressure natural gas to escape from the planet's crust. I am not sure if it needs to be in a liquid or not. But I think it would be safer to make sure it's in a liquid than for it not to be in a liquid. So if I do something like that, of course it's going to make this polluted brine layer rise, or level, I mean. Take the sandstone. We're waiting for another 8,000 kcals of sushi roll. Hopefully they don't expire within their pocket. And there is the second alarm. So we're going to take another quick break and come back with the next prediction ready to be opened. Looks like nobody voted on it, so that's fine. We're going to be just canceling this then. But when we come back, we're going to open the second pod and then finish off our stream. So I'll be right back. You know, I'm going to let them actually play out as we're taking a break. There we go. That's more of the time frame that I thought we would spend on the first break. Okay, so they started adding in tiles. It pushed the liquid up here, which is also overflowing or liquid locked. That's fine. This did drop down into the corridor here. What else were they doing? Were they doing anything else? I mean, they're still feeding this lady. She actually just got the last amount that she needed. We have produced 10 kilograms of sushi to share with the survivor duplicant as a gesture of goodwill. We now have 1 gasket and 2 tree seeds. And now she's way down here. Which we already knew she was over there, so. Let's grab this gasket. And then I forget what she needed down here. I think it had something to do with the squids. I just don't remember what it was. And we're also on the slow speed, so let's do that. Let's also look at our second prediction. We actually did get another blueprint, so I don't think we're actually lowering as much as I thought we were. We got gloves, so if anyone would have voted for tops, he would have won. Doing this also leaves a space open for me to do the squids ranch. There's another reason why we did that. I'm going to use this as the top of the ranch, actually. It's like, ooh, right there is 96 tiles. So we have enough space to do a full ranch in here. Actually, no, we have to go down 1. But still, we have enough for a full ranch in here. Instead of doing a horizontal door, we're going to do a... Sorry. Instead of doing a vertical door, we're going to do a horizontal door. So that'll be there. Then we have... tiles there. And this actually should be 1 tile over. Like that. So we're going to put a wall here. I have no idea how far we have to go. So let's dig out 90... No, let's dig out 100 tiles. so we could put all the squids in the one area. So that would be almost all the way to the abyssalite. Should be right here, and then up this way. And we want to make sure that this stays open so that we can get the liquids down there. Mama. Like a cat normally does, she's just sitting there in the corner of the room just watching me. One thing we need is the aquatic station. I guess it would be in stations. Aquatic grooming station. Needs to have no back tiles. So we have to go into dig. Sorry, chat. That came too quickly for me to mute. Take that off, dig this out. That'll allow us to get in here in a more safe way. Especially if we dig this out next. What's in here? Carbon dioxide. Okay. So we can't put it there? Must be built against the back wall. I just deleted them. Oh well, we'll delete the rest. I'll put drywall in its place. What screams squid? We actually have quite a lot of things in here. I think a majority of this was unlocked just with the planet pack. Aqua specs, aqua bubbles, aqua gel. You know what? We'll do the jellyfish. That'd be cute. And then I think I can queue up the thing on top of it. No, it looks like it has to be... drywall has to be built first. So on top of that, we want the critter drop-off. And then we have the food. It's 16 of these, right? Yes. So 16 of these have to be plant tiles. Cancel all of that. I don't know what they have to be in. Actually, if you take a look at this, it should tell me. It needs a liquid, so it's gonna have to be the hydroponic tiles. All the way to there. That should be 16. It is, and apparently this can't be in water. And how do you drop them off? Fish release, probably? Let's deconstruct that, and this. Actually, if I can, let's do fish release right there. Oh, I don't know if they deconstructed the tile beforehand or not. Let's dig that out and let this drain into here. We're also going to need to get in this area. Let's get the liquid pipes. Do I want it out of that? No, I probably want it to be copied from here. Oh, it's also insulated. Never mind. I guess down to there. I don't think I break into the abyssalite by doing this. We definitely do not, so let's grab the ladder. Get that ladder continuing all the way down to here. I don't want to dig into there yet until this is done, because we're going to end up digging things that we need. Alright, now normally we would be ending stream right now, but we actually have another hour and about 10 minutes. So in about 40 minutes, pretty much the start of the next hour, we'll be doing, or starting our final prediction, and having that ready for when we end stream. Oh yeah, our iron. We have quite a bit of iron. Let's see how far we can get with the power cord. We can get all the way down to there. We can probably get all the way across here. To our ladder. Let's build ladders in this area. And then I don't know. I definitely want a tile right there. Or do I? No, I don't need a tile right there. We're gonna put the power line through this ceiling. But the thing that I have to worry about is the natural gas, so we have to figure out what we're doing with that before I start doing all this. They built that very quickly going down here. Mirth leak. Did we finish the research up to the databanks? We did. Okay. It looks like there's two different colored liquids here. Our snails are still going strong for some reason. These should be getting close to making another egg. Is there a spot for us to dig sulfur out of? Right here. Siltstone. That is sulfur. Let's dig all of that up so we can get our trees growing again. I should probably also do this. Make sure we can still get everything. There's water and ethanol over here for some reason. Salt water and ethanol. Oh, what's this? Did we look at that? We did. We know what that is and we don't like it. Yeah, we never deconstructed these two doors. So now they shouldn't be cramped anymore. They are starving, so they have about 6.5 cycles to live. These are going to be for the squids. They're doing a good job of doing all the wires. Not entirely sure where this carbon dioxide's going to go once we open it up into this area. Hopefully we still keep a small liquid lock here. We also have to get over to here. Hi, Mama. What are you doing? What? They did relatively well, but I think that's because we're not doing any research right now. I also think we should be fine turning this off for a little bit. You know, I only just realized that basalt is a tier 2 dig. We probably should put in a thing for... Oh, it would be station, or is it refinery? Over here, the kiln. Possibly a smart storage next to it so I don't overproduce. And then a tiny amount of automation to go with that. We'll go with 1,000. We're gonna need, I think it's manufactured material is the storage thing. This is gonna be refined carbon. We'll use the wood first. Wait a minute. Why would we... Oh, to make refined carbon. Do we need wood for anything else? We might. Let's do coal. We have more of that. This is a food source for an animal or a plant, so we're going to turn that up. And we're going to wait here for a little bit for this to complete so I can set this thing to being... Pick it up. It should be... It's not manufactured. Is it... Consumable ore? It is. There we go. So it should go around and fill that up. Let's look at our skills, because I'm pretty sure we have... Somebody's not completely done. And it's Nicola. Not Nicola is completely done. They are done. Ruby has been done. So everyone's now done. We don't have to look at skills anymore. I'm half tempted to redo the bathroom so that it's 4, and then have all the beds on one floor. We could have the bathroom go in this way, go down a ladder, come out the bottom way. Although I don't think it would matter unless there's a nature reserve mixed in. It would make the plumbing a lot easier. Let's do it. I probably should focus on getting them to finish this area, which they are slowly getting done. Carbon dioxide filled in right here, so we'll have to work that out later on. Oh, we could put the station in, the hydroponic grooming station. This is the food, so we don't need to add food to it. I don't think we have enough seeds to do all these, but we're gonna try. And we'll see how many of these squids can last in this area. Apparently this is becoming a vacuum now. We're gonna want the door system over here. So this should be... That's 96. I actually wanted to go to here as the inside, so this is not correct. That is correct. That's 96 tiles. We're slowly getting there. That's going down, so this might be going up. Looks like it's trying to figure out what it's doing. These guys are doing okay. I'm going to set these up to being turned into gold again. Galena into lead gives us sulfur. Should probably also do that. Regular blueprint. I don't want any of them. Although another rancher and a... Now we have 2 ranchers. We'll ignore them. Looks like Mama's not up here anymore. So I just queued up another thing that will take a lot of duplicate labor. Hopefully it doesn't take them too long to do all that. We actually don't have that much left to build over here. We are going to need to put in ladders there so we can get into this, because this has to be emptied occasionally. That is moving the natural gas down, so we're gonna have to build around that later on. Actually, let's do that now. If we look at the gas overlay, I want to do something that will keep carbon dioxide out of here. So I think I want to cancel the ladders and instead build tiles. This one actually has to be down 1. I didn't cancel in time. We mop right there. That should mix with this, which should actually push the carbon dioxide down a little bit further. This will help us in the long run. Over here is drained, which surprises me because this is still a tile higher. I thought it would have equalized more. Are you stuck in there? I think they may be stuck in there. We have a little bit of lead, which means we have a source of sulfur for a little bit. And I think I want to go like this and make sure that I'm seeing all the eggs. We have a little bit of polluted brine. Oh, what happened here? Let's go back down there. This can go right there. And I think it said they get hostile. Yeah, they do get hostile. Doesn't look like they're hurting Yalp yet. But I might actually want their eggs somewhere else. Oh, I forgot that they were ranched. Alright, we need to get their food going. Doesn't matter if we make enough, we need to get some of their food going. I need to look at... I guess this one? Yes. I need to queue up digging each one of these that we can reach. So that we can have the seeds. The next thing that they need is included brine, because I have the sulfur. So I'm going to actually disable this building so that they can't get ranched further. They are still wild. They did not... Let me make sure that they're all wild. Wild. They're all wild. Okay. What about down here? There's one here and here. Can't see anything further than that, so that's where we're going to stop that. Okay, all the carbon dioxide should get squeezed into here, but it doesn't look like it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a tile right there. If we're lucky, that carbon dioxide will be in there and get squished down here. If not, we'll just do this system twice. We're building a tile there so that this carbon dioxide can't go anywhere else. And we're going to build a tile right there and delete it. We may have to do it twice. It seems like all the snails over here are starting to die out. We do have another 50 kilograms of the molt there. We should have more of those tubulas over here. We also have a lot of squids. This is no longer going anywhere. We are getting more Slogos. And I'm gonna have to do some research on the Slogos to make sure that we're ranching them properly. Because I feel like we're not gonna get a lot of mucin this way, but if I drop the mucin, then we're not gonna be able to get more. Alright, I think it's time for us to do all digging on a 6, all construction on a 6. So they're taking too long. once all of this drops, we're gonna stop them from digging and then build a roof over here. And then we'll continue going. But I don't know when that's gonna be. Looks like in 4 tiles, so I'm gonna cancel all of these. Because it does have about another 100 tiles in each one, or 100 kilograms in each one. So it's probably gonna lower this as well as that. 5 tiles should be good enough. If only these biomes weren't cut in half or separated into thirds by the bee biome. I don't remember what you need. I want to enable their delivery, but I don't know what they want. Oh, I can just disable it. Caviar. That's what we need sulfur for. Caviar is made in the gleaner, that's why we need that. We also need ovoline. Ovoline is made from the seahorses. So we actually don't need to ranch the squids, we need to ranch the seahorses. We'll still ranch these. There's probably a benefit to having that. I guess we'll take the tree seed. Our trees are no longer on the same schedule here. I'm just debating on digging them up and replanting them just like before. Alright, I want to get that carbon dioxide out of here. Let's deconstruct this. I'll place a tile there and hopefully this mucin will get separated. That carbon dioxide should fall apart, yep. Ah, it didn't. Okay. Let's redo the mucin over here. Oh, wait. Cancel that. We actually just want you to empty this. And the egg hatched, look at that. There's carbon dioxide there again. I think I know what I'm gonna do. We're of course gonna keep relocating the thing. I think I also want to build a tile there at the same time. Deconstruct. Empty. There we go, we have that. Incubator, put that back in. Because I am going to add sweeper conveyor loader. Oh, we actually don't want the power up here. This over to here, this in there. So now that should take up all the eggs and put them in here. These should be the last 2 or 3 critters that we have in here. There's 3 critters in there. Okay, so that should keep this below 4 critters. And any other Slogos were just sitting here. And slowly starve to death, I guess. We might get extra music from them, don't know. Over here, we did drop down to that tile like I thought. So let's dig this, or build those in. But we did try to pick them up. If we're lucky, we'll still be able to grab them. Hopefully they don't get a squid stuck in there. Doesn't look like it. There we go. Yav went over and grabbed them. Okay, we can open all that again. Oh, we also have calamari, so we can start doing something up here with calamari. Nigiri. Which is pretty much the same thing as a sushi roll, but calamari instead of fish. So we're going to do that on forever as well. And the edamame needs nosh beans, so we're not going to do edamame. Up here is a vacuum. We have that tile built, and we'll place that in. I don't know what happened to the squid up here, but hopefully they went somewhere we wanted them. We have a couple squids that are tamed. So they didn't disable this beforehand. That's unfortunate for those squids. We're getting a little close to getting a duplicate stuck in here. There we go. That was just so that they wouldn't get stuck. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. I would really like Sophie to dig that out so that we don't get people stuck. Or I could come in and build that farm tile and then no one can get up there. That works too. So now that should let the carbon dioxide slowly fall into here. And then we can build it back in. Oh, can you pick up from the other side? No, you can't pick. How are you able to pick up from over there? It says that it can't reach. Let's deconstruct that and move it over. Okay, this amount of liquid is starting to push up over here. Just gonna overtop. Did they deconstruct this yet? I didn't even set it up for deconstruct. What did I deconstruct? I deconstructed the wire. I was clicked on the wrong thing. Or they didn't get rid of the wire and it's just separated. No, they definitely did get rid of the wire. So hopefully this is far enough that they can't grab that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into how to properly ranch them, and these trees are starting to get on my nerves. We'll take the brine. And if Sophie could dig out one of these other tiles, that would be great. But of course, they won't. We could end up digging out that tile. No, that's another Sophie thing. But now they can get over here and start doing more. Which they may end up... accidentally... No, they can get through here. Okay, if they built that tile, I thought they wouldn't be able to get out, but they can go through here before that door is even built. The squids, on the other hand, can't get out yet. How many more of these shells do we have? Not many. One of these did make another egg. It's probably this one over here who is at 8 cycles out of 25. Everything down here that's left to do is still on a 6. So not entirely sure what they're doing next. Thank you, Sophie. You thought there was only one thing to dig, but there's not. The heat in here is kinda calmed down. Thank you, Sophie. Now they can build everything else. And also this tile. You say atmosphere, so that means you need 3 tiles of liquid. Because you're still in the brine. Or there's just not enough. No idea, but the last tile is about to go in. We need another 7 of these tiles, and we also need a way to get over to here. So now that we have all that, we know how much liquid we have. Let's, I guess, go into here first and then dig down all the way. No, we'll go down. We'll get this brine thing set up. That'll allow us to get these squids. And if we're lucky, we can get to this before it becomes dormant. I might want to put a liquid storage in the middle of this, though. I think we'll use the actual storages. We have nigiri, we have a little bit of brine. We got another Guildgo egg. Should probably set up the way to get not carbon dioxide, natural gas. That should let us get to almost all of this. If I go here and here, I can start building tiles from up here down. Still working our way down here. Should probably also work my way up from here. That's about right. Then we have this. Don't know how that's going to connect in yet. And we're gonna need to make an actual liquid lock in here now that there's not that much liquid in it. Where did this water come from? Was the water already in there? There is a little bit over here, so maybe it was already there. Or it was a little ice packet. Okay, we're about 10 minutes away from the end of the stream. It's going to be a little bit more than 10 minutes, but we're close to it. So let's do our third and final prediction, or at least get it started. Is the little blue button in the top left corner going to give us a pair of tops, bottoms, buildings, decorations, or wallpaper? Because I have the next 10 minutes to decide starting now. And when we go to raid out, that's when we will pick the last prediction of today's stream. We no longer need those. We probably don't need these when we keep them there. And all I'm trying to do is get the gas to be right here. And I could put the liquid lock in this spot here. To get this natural gas out of here. And I'll try to get rid of all this as well. I'm getting there. We just have 2 more tiles and we block that off, and then we put the gas pump right here. I could vacuum this out and make it a well, a vacuum. Probably wouldn't take too long to do. I don't think we researched the gas storage, though. We did not, but we could. We don't really need anything in there except for the gas storage thing. But anyway, I'll get them to finish this out. What is this set at? That is 96 tiles, just wanted to make sure. They can't do any more of this until we're done down here. And I might as well do the same thing to this one as we did to the other one. Just to build tiles like that. One of my earbuds has died. It looks like it's whatever earbud I put in first, the one that dies first. Which makes sense. Anyway, the next one should be dying soon. Is this one of those plants? It is. I want to uproot that. And if I can, I want to grab those 2 critters. We don't want to turn this on until we get the pipes going. Which, if so, if you could do more than just a whole 2 dig commands, we could get this done. There is a lot of chlorine. Are we creating chlorine down here? There's something off-gassing chlorine. don't see anything off-gassing down here. That might help those plants. There are more tubulas in here that we can grab if we work our way down there. Could also do the same on this side, along with grabbing another thing of snails if we mess up the second set. Our first set up here should be fine. Although I do only see one snail. No, there's more than one. They're just together. This isn't a ranch. That would be part of the reason why. Okay, so now we're actually ranching them. This can be set to 4. And then those shells go right here. Slogo malt into lime. This paku, we're gonna pause. And we're gonna kill them off. Oh, they got some algae in there that they can eat. Oh well. But now we're able to actually ranch these. That's why they were starting to die, because we couldn't ranch them. How many critters are down here? 2 snails are in here. Or it's counting that one snail and the egg. Unsure. What I am sure about is that this is taking forever. It is abyssalite, so only Sophie can come down here and dig it out. We have the pipes in, we have the power in. Should probably be creating more iron. I'll wait until they finish killing all the fish. How are we gonna do moving this up? I don't think we're... How hot does this come out as? Will it tell me how hot it comes out at? I don't think it will. So we're gonna put in a regular gas pump and see if that will last a while. gonna be zinc ore, so it's not gonna be the worst ore. We're also almost done through here. Once we dig this out, this liquid's gonna fill in this area, and then we'll be able to swim in here and grab almost everything else. I think what I'll do before we build this is get in here for that plant. I wonder if there's a way to make a sort of lock to keep water out. Don't think there is. Also, the poll has ended, which means we're past 10 minutes, and I miscounted how long we've been streaming. We actually have 12 minutes left. It's going to be a little bit longer. That should mean that overall we've had about 4 hours of stream time. You guys should be doing better now. If I look at this, what are we doing? The molts, that's fine. If Sophie can come down here and dig one of these 2 tiles. Well, preferably the one on the bottom, not the top one. That's okay. This will fill up either way. It's also going to fill in this tile too, because this is a vacuum. And that fills in fast. Right about now, it should go up here. Oh, does it go further? Oh, it goes up to 1200. So it should go up a tile. Now. There we go. There's a Jinx of chat, if anyone wants that Gen 1 Pokemon. There we go, now Sophie got in here. We have 2 more critters to get. We have a bunch of stuff to build. Headphone died. Should also be digging this plant. Oh, we did. They're just for some reason not putting it up here. Don't know why. We may need to get into here by digging out this area so that all of this liquid goes that way, and then somehow making a way downwards in a little liquid lock here. We have to move our ladder to here. This needs to be set to 8. Alright, I was trying to figure out how to do something a little bit quicker. I don't think there is a way to do this a little bit quicker. That should be the last 2 Guildgo snails. I don't think we'll get another egg. This crab has killed the fish that are down here. That fish is going to die. It's probably going to be too close to the thing. We need Sophie to come down here to dig out at least 6 more tiles. She should be able to dig those 2 before swimming away, but I don't know if she will. Oh, there was a crab over here. Don't know where the crab was out here, but there was currently one over there. Yep, there goes the fish. Otto is now researching this brine vent so we can get some data banks from it. Aside from... Wait, how did you get it? No! No. No. That's how they got in there. Because there's still a tile right here. They built that, Otto would be stuck in there. And probably suffocate. Can Sophie come down here and dig more than one tile? Wait, Bubbles ore. Bubbles ore. Very fermenters, so that's singular diamond on the dig. This is the second one. So now Bubbles ore should be able to dig along with Sophie. I didn't realize that our builder was not able to dig. Now we have more than one person that can come down here and dig this stuff out. We did get that one tile, so they can build this again. So put that back on a 5. And then if we added power to this, we could immediately start sucking it up. I'm going to dig all that out. We're going to try to lower the liquid down to this level. Then I just need to do about 4 more tiles over here. I think I have to put a tile here so that we can deconstruct this, build that one, replace that, then deconstruct this one. It's going to be like a weird back and forth thing, but it'll make soon in the future. Makes sense soon, not make soon. Thing I want done before the stream is done is all of this, and we did move that one plant, so we're now down to 6 that we still need. We have at least 2 more found, so we need another 4. There's one there, one here. I don't see another one behind the pin pokey. There's a 3rd one over here. And I'm going to assume that there's one right here behind this plastic, which there is. So that'll be what we work on in the next stream when we come back. This vent is almost done though. I'm gonna tell him to sweep all that out. Because I don't want any of that stuck in here after we box it in. Because I'm hoping that we do this in a way that we will not have to look at this again. So now that allows them to dig this up. They should immediately pick up the seed. They did. I'm going to also tell them to sweep up this. Plastic needs a spot. Manufactured material. Copy settings here. We'll take the corallium. Although... tidy supplying? Let's do a quick poll. Our poll is going to be for dupes. So our three options are, of course, Cena, who is a tidy supplier, Nails, who is a tidy rancher, or our third option is the dupe that comes from the DLC. Did not mean to do that. When we finish giving it calamari. Which dupe should we get? You guys have about 30 seconds to vote. I could redo the poll and make it a little bit longer. We could get a pretty good dupe from the DLC. Or we could just take Nails, which would help us with supplying things and cleaning up things. We'd make that their main priority. That's the only thing they worry about, is cleaning and supplying. What was that? I don't know if there was anyone able to grab that. So I'll say this, anyone in chat, if you were willing to do the poll, tell me and I'll do it again. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep it closed and wait until the end of the stream to figure out what we're gonna do. Because I don't think if I save, if it saves the options. I don't know what's gonna happen. I am waiting for them to finish this. Taking a little bit of time. Hopefully Otto can get this close to being completed and then somebody else can come down and switch out with them and finish it the rest of the way. We are a little bit past the time that I expected us to be done by. Okay, so unless Otto leaves, the next person that comes down here should be for the plastic. Ooh, Otto is so close to finishing that. I don't think they're going to finish it, but they're very close. One more tick and that's done. Oh, 2 more ticks. There we go. It's finished. I don't think I need to sweep this up because they need it for research. We have the plastic, so let's build these 2 tiles. They're probably going to be somewhat focused on digging out these tiles, but I'm not sure. Then when we come back, we just need to make the thing that will burn the natural gas and also feed down here. We're gonna have to find a way to have this constantly powered as well. Meaning the brine vent, not the marine drills that can be occasionally shut off. Maybe we put some tidal things on this line. I think we have a few that are over here. There's one here that just needs liquid. Actually, there's 2 here. We could just dig out this portion, raise up this water, and then they will be able to be turned back on. We can tie them together. We have a lot of liquid to do that with. builder came back down. Dropped off the rest of the stuff that we needed, but then did not build. Hopefully somebody else is coming down to do that. Looks like it's gonna be Bubblezor when they're done whatever they're about to do. Will you build both? Yes, you will. Awesome. We're almost done. Once we build these 2 tiles, we're going to be calling it quits here. So as soon as Bulbasaur comes back, or myself, wonderful. This is now ready. I don't think we'll have pressure damage right now because there's liquid on both sides, but also because this is going to turn on and immediately drop the level. And I'm hoping it does it in an amount that lets these start growing. I think all of the... No, we still have 2 ranch squids in here. Never mind. Anyway, this is what we're going to call it. I'm going to hope that this pod keeps the same things. But if not, that would have been the best dupe, the Cena. So we're going to leave it there and hope that it stays there. Let's take our screenshot. So that I have that ready before we leave. And let's do our prediction. We have 6.9 thousand points in bottoms. We have 30 points in wallpaper. So let's see if we get another pair of wallpaper. We got gloves. That counts as tops. So unfortunately, I'm taking all of your points. That must mean that Oz is not here. Unless Oz is the one that put the 6.9 points, or part of it. That'd be ironic if Oz lost twice. Alright, let's save the game. We're going to do our double save, so after we do that, we're going to do save and quit, and then go into our raid out scene to find out who we're going to raid out to next. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 AM EST to 12:30 PM EST, and on Sundays from 10 AM EST to 2 PM EST.